John and myself joined Gavin for a late afternoon trip, which we planned to turn into a bit of a night drive. On the menu was some serious rock crawling and some tracks I've never driven before, so I was really looking forward to this. The first obstacle was a pretty decent rock step with a leaning tree to the left and another big step when you're on top of it. The solution here was trying to get the front, or better the rear up, but as soon as the rear is up you needed to shovel a bit around to miss that rock step on the left. Again, a vehicle with a lesser track width does that a bit easier, and Gavin just drove that beautifully without much shoveling. I had a bit more issues there with my wider track base.
Traction. Just try steering left. So just try this side.
It didn't help that I switched off the wrong locker switch. I left the front lockers in, and that meant I hardly could turn the wheel. So once that was corrected, everything pretty much was all right.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
We came to a bit of a rocky section where there were many different lines to test and drive, and we pretty much took our pick and drove quite a few different lines here.
Beautiful. Nice. Cool.
Gavin, knowing his vehicle quite well, already had concerns that his ramp over angle wouldn't be sufficient, but in good spirit he gave it a crack anyway. Here you could just hear his cross member having contact with the rock.
Yeah, you just...
Gavin gave this line a miss for the day.
Yeah, a little bit left, Now just drive it, just let it go, mate.
In case you're wondering why Tiny bounces far more in the rear than, for example, John, that is a byproduct of any portals really, because of the lift and the trailing arm positions there, or the length of the trailing arms. You just get far more anti-squat than, for example, John.
Right hand down. Oh, you're going to go that side again. Can you drive out of it going left? Just go hard left and drive out of it. But I don't know if I've got quite enough in the Jeep to do that stretch. And then I need to pack this side a bit just to give me a bit something to land on.
Well, I think we need all something to land on.
Good.
The rear is coming down soon. Slow, 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 slow.
Slowly, slowly.
On these steep drop-offs, the aim really is to go down very slow and controlled, but also try not to hit the brakes too hard, as that could move the rear around. A good departure angle is quite helpful here to prevent scraping of your rear bar.
Oh, you picked the deepest thing.
Two wheels come down together. Right here, you kind of line up.
Oh, I should look what we drive, huh?
Actually a little better, yeah, if you kind of aim. And then yeah, this one just shifts along the thing. A bit of right hand down, left hand down.
Don't want to have him on the rocks.
He won't. He's going where he wants to go.
It turns out this was a one-way track due to a fairly big fallen tree. So we had to reverse back and turn around and go the same way back out we came in. It's Gavin doing a 5-point turn, unfortunately. Super gnarly track down actually. and we thought we could loop up the other side. However, that is unfortunately it's a big tree, so we have to go back up. That will be interesting, especially by then it probably is going to be dark.
Beautiful. Go.
It's slightly ramped there, and it'll be ramped. I don't care about that
That's
side.
stopping you going that way. It's just once you get up,
Yeah,
you should be right. This wedge is stopping your car going that way.
Yeah, but I don't want to be
Too far from here.
out. You know,
Yeah.
And at some stage you hit that front step there.
it's just run the wheel. I
Oh,
want
on the-
As this track now turned into a one-way track due to the fallen tree, there are only two ways out. The way we came down with that deep step, and this section here with a big cliffhanger in the middle, which is also very steep. So we decided to drive this different section out. I tried to drive the same line John did, and as usual the video really doesn't do justice how steep that is. And to the right, just behind John, it's not too much space. It has quite a steep drop of a cliff, so certainly not something where you want to go overboard. My truck being much wider though, I constantly start slipping off that rock. Now I managed to get the rear up, however on the front driver's wheel is still a fairly reasonable step, and I started really picking up wheel there.
Jesus.
And I can tell you that felt very uncomfortable because again to the right there is a long way down, and a very steep long way down. Analyzing it now while seeing the video, I see pretty much what happens. My driver's rear wheel still hadn't climbed the step. However, the passenger wheel was up that rock, and my front driver's wheel then started hitting the rock ledge in front of me. So really a wheelbase thing. And that's why I started picking up so much air on the passenger front. I admitted defeat for the right-hand line. I just couldn't do that with my wider track width, so reversed a bit back and drove the left-hand line. Gavin also decided to drive the left-hand lane, and yeah, did a brilliant drive there, so without any issues.
Oh, beautiful.
Yep, Keep coming. A little bit that way. A little bit that way. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep going. Don't back off. There.
Nice.
Beautiful.
The rest of our trip was pretty much done at night time. If you haven't done a night drive, I can only recommend doing it because it really adds a different dimension to a drive. You don't really see obviously anything except your immediate surrounding. The holes and steps look far bigger, so yeah, definitely gives it an added little kick. So I really enjoy it.
Oh, maybe not. Just go forward. But go. Keep it high. Yeah, you should just do it. Yep, go.
Just go straight for a bit. Yeah, now turn left.
Still lined up for that. Yep.